Welcome to What's New at your Monson Free Library. Happy October, everybody. We got a lot of things going on this fall for you, and I really want to tell you about a few special things. First of all, that reading room that you have been waiting for is finally open. I am so excited. The end of September, we opened it for you so you can come in, enjoy a cup of coffee. We've got Wi-Fi, magazines, newspapers, and a quiet spot for adults. We're really excited about it. We've gotten rave reviews. Everybody says it's comfortable and it's lovely, and please come in and check it out. We will be having a grand opening party for it, but this is kind of our soft opening, let you get used to it, and then we'll throw a big bash. Also, the parking lot has been started. Hopefully by the time you're watching this, we'll have a brand new parking lot. We are doubling the size of what we have. We're getting 12 new spaces. So when we have those programs, you may not have to park all up and down Main Street. I know everybody is looking forward to this. So please excuse the inconvenience right at the moment. The parking is actually worse than usual right now, but it will be better than ever in a week or two. So plenty of spaces to park, and then come check out the new reading room. So another exciting development, we have a library app. Just go to the App Store on your phone, on your tablet, and search for Monson Free Library. Very important. If you type in Monson, we don't come up for some reason. Monson Free Library. Download the app for free. You can look at your library record. You can, renew your books. You can see what you have out, your due dates. You can put books on hold. You can search the catalog. You can get your overdrive, all your ebooks, your e-audio, and it links to all our databases, and it links to our events pages, both for kids and adults. So everything right at your fingertips. Download this app. It is so awesome. It is so easy to use. Please give it a try and let us know what you think. I'd like to talk about the Friends of the Monson Free Library. They've been doing great work. You probably got a card in the mail. They're doing a membership drive right now. Please fill out those cards and join your Friends of the Library. As you know, the Friends support all our programming. We're very happy about that. They gave us $5,000 last year, which supported all our kids and adult programs, and it bought our museum passes. We have 12 museum passes for your enjoyment, and those are courtesy of the Friends. So please, if you see that membership card, fill it out and send it back. The Friends are doing a bus trip to New York City. It's on a Saturday, November 26th, so Thanksgiving weekend, your friends, your family are all home. Take a trip to New York City. It's awesome. They have 2 different tiers that you can purchase. One is just take the bus to New York City. The other one is you can take the bus and then go see the Rockettes. They're a great deal. Call the library for information. There's too much to tell you about it right here and now, but please, it's going to be an awesome trip. The bus is going to sell out quickly. Please, if you're interested, call the library and take the bus to New York City. Leave the driving to us. Also, the Friends are doing their bake sale. Everyone loves their bake sale. Saturday, October 29th, from 10 to 2, they're doing their bake sale in the library. Please stop by and get some sweet treats. I'm sure they'll have something for Halloween for you. We have a couple events coming up besides all our normal good stuff. Suzanne Strempick-Shea and her husband Tommy Shea are doing a writing workshop on Thursday, October 6th at 6:30 p.m. It is open to everyone. They're going to teach you how to bring your characters to life, whether you're writing fiction, nonfiction, poetry. They're going to help you craft those characters a little bit. This event has been sponsored by the local cultural council and the Friends of the Library. It should be wonderful if you've ever attended any of their author signings, readings. Suzanne and Tom are wonderful, energetic people, great writers. Come take advantage and learn from them. Another program we have coming up, also very excited about. We haven't had a lot of author programs in a while. A new book came out. It's called Rockachusetts. Love the name. But 2 authors wrote this book. They went all over Massachusetts hiking, finding all these different rock formations. They give you all the paths that they took. They tell you the history of these formations. Wonderful guidebook. I know a lot of you are into nature and hiking, and this is going to be a great program. One of the authors, Christy Butler, will be at the library, and he's going to do a PowerPoint and tell you about all his travels. So that's October 18th, and that is at 6 p.m. So come on down to that, call the library if you need any information. We have a lot of great events coming up for October at the library. First is a creative writing group facilitated by our staff member, Megan. It's been so popular, she started it in September, and already everyone's been asking that we do it twice a month. So the first one of the month would be October 6th, that's with Suzanne and Tommy. But the second one would be on October 20th. It's from 6 to 7:45 at the library. And then just to mark your calendars, jumping ahead, the next one for November would be November 3rd, again, 6 to 7:45. October 25th, we have our monthly Scrabble night, 6 o'clock. Everyone welcome. Come enjoy a friendly game of Scrabble. On October 26th, we have our Appetite for Art. That's our brown bag lunch at noontime. We talk about all things art. This month, we're talking about the architect Gaudi. Beautiful work. We have a lot of his books at the library if you want to do some research before you come. Everyone is always welcome. And again, that's October 26th at noontime. October 27th, we have our book group, and they are reading The Talented Mr. Ripley. This is at 6 p.m. at the library, and we do have copies available, so come on down and get one. And that actually wraps it up. Again, on October 29th, we do have our Friends Bake Sale. So we have a lot going on at the end of October. Please stop by, see your library, check out our new parking lot and the reading room. Hope to see you.
Hi, I'm Sandy Courtney. I'm the Youth Services Librarian at the Monson Free Library, and I'm here to talk about what's happening in October. This month I'm going to talk a little bit about what we have going on, and I'm going to encourage you to go to monsonlibrary.com and look under Programs for Kids to double check those dates and times. So you can always look there for more information about programs and happenings at the library. I want to talk a bit about what we have going on, but I more importantly want to talk about why we do what we do. So first, let's talk about some of the highlights, all right? October means Boo Bash time, our Halloween party, our annual exciting fun party for kids of all ages is happening the last Saturday of the month from 11 to 1. It's a free party that we throw games and prizes and snacks and all kinds of fun stuff. Kids are encouraged to come in costume. Please, nothing too scary and no weapons. But it's a fun way to show off that Halloween costume, especially for the littles. So we hope you'll come and play some games with us. We'd like to go ahead and thank the National Honor Society for coming to help out again to decorate and help with the games and activities that day. Other fun things happening, of course, we'll have Lego Club the second Thursday of the month. And Tuesdays are all about book clubs at the library. We now have book clubs for kids of all ages. Our Magic Treehouse Book Club is getting rolling again. That's the first Tuesday of the month. That would be October 4th. The first meeting is this month, so we'll be talking about just how this is going to work. Kids will be reading the Magic Treehouse book, and they don't have to be able to read it independently. This is for kids in grades 1 through 3. So they may need some help. You may need to read that book with them. But then they'll actually come to book club and they'll be discussing it with me and their friends. So the book club is just for the kiddos. We will discuss the book, we'll do fun different projects and activities related to the book, and then we'll pick up the book for the next month. So they'll be able to check the book out at the library at the first meeting, which is on Tuesday, October 4th. Our Stacks and Snacks book club is getting rolling again. That's for kids in grades 5 and 6. And YOLO Reads is for kids in grades 7 through 12. All those dates and times are on the website at monsonlibrary.com. But book clubs are all on Tuesdays. Our YOLO group will be meeting on Wednesday, October 12th. YOLO stands for Youth Offering Library Opinions. This is kids in grades 7 through 12. New members are always welcome. This crew is giving input on programs, collection development, what they want to see at the library, what they're interested in, games and things that we're going to add to the collection that they're interested in. And did I mention programs? So one of the things that they have asked for is that we do a Friday night lock-in again. That was the pizza and movie night that was so popular in the spring. So we're going to do that again on Friday, October 21st. From 5:30 to 8, registration is required. We're thinking it's close to Halloween, so we're going to watch a kind of spooky movie. There is a list at the library. Kids can vote for the movie that they're hoping to watch, and on October 12th, we'll be counting those votes. We'll be posting what movie on Event Keeper. That's where kids will register to actually sign up, because registration is required. I need to make sure that I know who's coming so I can have enough pizza, have enough snacks, And kids will be staying for the duration, and then they'll be released at 8 o'clock on Friday, October 21st. So we'd love to see some new faces there. That should be fun. It was interesting, the books or the movies that they chose to vote on is everything from the Addams Family Values to the Birds, Poltergeist. Like, they really went kind of old school. So I can't wait to see what gets the most votes and what we're going to be watching. So that's happening on October 21st. Of course, every week happening at the library, we do programming for little children, for the little ones before they start school. We have a Bounce and Rhyme baby time every Friday morning at 10:30. That's for little ones up to age 2. And we have a preschool story time on Wednesday mornings at 10:30. And that's for kids who are out of Bounce and Rhyme baby time and ready for a little more structure. And again, that's on Wednesdays at 10:30. I'd like to talk a little bit about why we do what we do. When you come to Bounce and Rhyme baby time or you come to story time, you may be wondering, like, why are the kids running around? Why aren't they sitting still? Why are they coloring when they come to story time? I thought they were going to read books. So let's talk a little bit about why the structure of story time and baby time is what it is and what that's based on. Because everything we do for early literacy at the library is based on the 5 skills that kids need to develop to become readers and to be successful. Those 5 skills are talking, singing, writing, playing, and of course reading. So let's talk a little bit about what that means and how that translates into the programming we do. Starting with talking, the very first introduction that language that kids have is hearing you talk to them. When you not just say, oh, look at you, you're so cute, but when you actually talk about what's alike and what's different, when you point out shapes, when you point out the color of what they have on or what they're wearing or what they're playing with, that is helping them develop word awareness. They start to actually relate the words that you are saying to the objects in their everyday world. And that's the very first step to reading success. So it starts even as babies. The more you talk to your child, the more language, the more word awareness, the more vocabulary they will develop. Singing. It's funny, we sing a lot in story time. We sing a lot in baby time. And I am the world's worst singer. Anybody in my family will tell you that they do not encourage me to sing. But the kids love to sing. And they don't care that I can't sing. And they won't care that you can't sing. They just love to sing. And you never hear a toddler say, I can't sing. You never hear a first grader say, I can't sing. You hear adults say that. Sometimes teenagers. Middle school is about when they start to go, ooh, I can't. But up until then, it's all about just having fun, and fun with words, and fun with language. Singing breaks down words into smaller bits. It helps them actually differentiate syllables. So, for example, if I use the word merrily, which I don't use a lot in my everyday language, but if I say merrily, I say it merrily. But if I'm singing row, row, row your boat, we sing merrily, 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 which breaks that word down into each syllable. It seems kind of silly, but that actually is how kids start to develop phonological awareness, which is how they break things down into syllables, which is how they eventually break words down to sound them out. So it's all part of those building the skills, all the building steps. And let's talk about the itsy bitsy spider. So if you are, no matter what age you are, you might have a kid at home right now, or you might be retired and haven't had to sing the itsy bitsy spider in 40 years, but you're already thinking in your mind, itsy bitsy spider, because that's what you do. So when you do the itsy bitsy spider, what's happening with the little kid? First, maybe at home you sing the eensy weensy spider and not itsy bitsy. So the first thing they find out at story time when I sing it different is that it can be different and it's still okay. Different is okay. They also find out, they start to immediately, I see toddlers, who are not even walking yet, start to try to do the finger movements. Those finger movements are developing strength and finger and hand awareness, and that's the first step to grabbing a pencil and a marker and starting to write. And next up, so we talk about words, or we use words in songs that we don't always use in everyday language. I don't talk about my water spout a whole lot every day, but when you introduce new words in songs, that's expanding their vocabulary, and it gives you a chance to talk about other things, which helps develop their view of the world. So lots is going on when you're singing the itsy bitsy spider. And interesting words are fun. Come on, singing merrily, 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 merrily. It's fun. So what else? What else? Writing. We talked a little bit about that itsy bitsy spider and about how we're doing the finger movements. We do a lot of finger movements when we sing. And the beginning of writing for very young children is learning to use their fingers and their hands. If I want to teach a child to use scissors, I need to teach them to put their thumb on top. So they need to know which one's their thumb. So I'm going to sing to them, "Where is Thumbkin?" over and over and over. And they're going to learn, this is my thumb and this is my pointer finger. So when I ask them to grasp a pair of scissors with their thumb on top, because he's the boss, they're going to have that as a base. It's all the building blocks, building those skills. So the beginning of writing, again, for very young children is developing that pincher grasp, developing the finger strength and the hand strength. Our kids are developing an amazing ability to use technology, but they still need to be able to hold a pair of scissors. They need to be able to hold a pencil. Swiping and doing this doesn't help them with that. So we still need to give them the everyday hand movements. When I talk to the kindergarten teachers at the school, the one thing they ask me every year is to please make sure the kids get to use scissors, because they need to actually have that strength and have that coordination. And it's a skill. We don't think about it when you're in your 30s. You don't think, oh, I had to learn to use scissors. But if you've ever watched a toddler hold a pair of scissors for the first time, you'll realize, oh, there's a lot of thought going on there. And from the very beginning, when you come to story time, we have out pictures and crayons and markers, and it's a very social time for the kids. From the littlest ones there to the older kids, they all love to color. They love to get to use the markers. And even the toddlers, you'll see 13 months old. And I know that when I was a parent and my little one was little, I'm still a parent, but she's not little anymore, I looked at the markers and went, oh, this is going to be a mess. They're all washable, and really, I get to clean up the mess at story time, so let them have at it, because they love to see the marks show up on paper, and they're actually steps that they're developing as they learn about doing that. And those first scribbles eventually help them develop the hand strength and the coordination and the awareness of shape and movement to help them develop the ability to write. And writing and reading obviously go hand in hand. So it's all part of the process. My grandma used to say, there's a method to my madness. See, there's a method to my madness. I was talking to some friends over the weekend, and really part of this is all because they said, oh, you're so lucky because you get to hang out and read to kids all day. And I realized that to them, like basically for story time, I take some books off the shelf, I hang out, I sing a couple songs, and then we read a couple books and call it a day. But there's a lot of planning and there's a lot of thought to develop this type of programming to help your kids really learn to succeed and learn to love reading. Because the more they enjoy reading, the more they enjoy that interaction with you, with me, at story time, in play groups, the better equipped they will be and the more likely they will find reading to be fun. A kid that finds reading fun is a kid who is going to keep trying when it gets hard at school. Reading is not always going to be easy. You know, they start off learning to read and then they have to read to learn. And having that basis of where learning to read is fun and having people read with you is fun sets up a successful pattern for having reading to learn being fun as well. Or at the very least, making it doable. So when it's challenging, it's not like, I can't, I don't want to, oh, this is hard, I hate this. It's more like, I can do this, like I can figure this out, and they're more likely to continue on. So speaking of fun, playing. Believe it or not, one of the 5 skills is playing, and that's why we always make time to play. If you come into the children's room at the library, you will find that there are all kinds of play opportunities for children. There's a train set in there, there's a beautiful dollhouse. The ability to actually create stories and to do pretend play is all part of storytelling, which again comes back to reading. And it's not just fun, it helps them think symbolically. Research has shown that the ability to think symbolically during play, let me try that again. So playing is not just fun, it helps them learn to think symbolically. And research has shown that the same process that is used in symbolic play is the same thought process that goes with actually reading and translating that those words that you're reading on the page into the story so that you can follow that. It's the same thought process. So being able to play together and having small children play together sometimes it's like herding cats, sometimes you feel like a referee, sometimes it's one of the most beautiful things you can ever see. Usually it is all three things within the same couple of minutes. But it's a wonderful thing to see these kiddos like learn to play together. When we do Bounce and Rhyme Baby Time, it's 15 to 20 minutes of organized shakers and songs and rhymes and finger plays. And then it's another 20 minutes to half an hour of just play time. And it's a blast watching these kiddos play together and navigate the world together. So I've talked about 4 out of the 5 skills, and the 5th one, you won't be surprised, is reading. Reading is the single most important thing that you can do to help your child succeed. And I know that it's hard to make time, and I know that some people will say my kid doesn't like it, they don't like to sit still. There are 100 reasons in our everyday world to go, I'm just not even sure how to fit that in, but it is the single most important thing that you can do. So we're going to talk a little bit about why, and we're going to talk about how to make it easier on you and why you might want to give it a try if you haven't been. Best of all, it can be fun for both of you. And when it's fun, kids are more likely to stick with it. We already talked about that, even when it's hard. If you make reading fun and if you're enjoying it, then they're going to enjoy it. And it's an activity that you can both look forward to. Pick those books that are silly. Make the goofy sounds. Moo, Mr. Brown can moo, can you? Like, let's go ahead and give ourselves permission to be silly because the kids love it. Books introduce different words, again, than we tend to use in our everyday conversation. You tend to say things like, honey, go get that over there. You don't say, go get the magnificent oval object that is sitting on that orange table. That's not how we speak, but when we read, words tend to be more descriptive in books, and that expands children's words. It expands their vocabulary, it expands their world. Also, you have the ability, by reading books to your child, to introduce them to people and places and animals that they might not see in their everyday world. You can literally expand their world without ever having to leave your living room. And if you do have to leave your living room, we're going to talk a little bit about how to do books on the road. So we'll get to that in a minute. Books, of course, also help kids with print awareness. That first few times that you're reading, like the more times you read, they realize like that word right there, that actually relates to this object right there in the picture. Like they're making those connections, and that's a gift. That's all part of the building process. So how do you make time? How do you make time? So you have 3 older kids and you're on the road all the time because you have to make soccer practice and you have to get to that lesson and you have to be here. We have at the library kits of CDs and picture books and easy readers that you can pop into the CD player in the car and the kid can look in the, follow along in the back seat. They're going to get a whole lot more out of that than they are by playing with your phone so that you can get them to be quiet in the back seat. I'm just saying, throwing it out there is another option. You also have the ability to download, if you are throwing them your phone, you can download books, even picture books, onto your phone or onto their device, onto a Kindle, so that they can actually hear the book being read and look at the pictures and follow along. And really though, the best way ever is to make the time the traditional way. There's a meme that's all over Facebook that people keep sending me that says, there's no app to replace your lap. Spending 15 minutes with your kid every day, actually reading with them, no matter how old they are, is a gift, both to them and to you. It's a chance to actually spend some quiet time together, to enjoy something together. And it can be anything from a picture book to a board book for the littlest ones. I love, for smalls, for like the toddlers and preschoolers, they love the I Spy books and the Look and Find books. That helps them both develop the language and vocabulary because you're looking for different things and you're describing it to one another. They get thrilled when they find things. Picture books are fun. And even early chapter books. For your kids who are already reading, they've got a lot going on. These 1st and 2nd and 3rd graders, like they're running here and there. Having quiet time where you guys are spending that one-on-one time together to look forward to every day at the end of the day, that's a gift. So I hope it's a gift that you give to yourself and to your child. Help them build those 5 skills, establish those 5 practices, and help them be successful. And if you need help finding the right book, or if you want to talk more about this, stop by and see me at the Monson Free Library. So thank you so much for letting me talk to you about why we do what we do. The next time you come into story time or baby time, I hope you recognize there's a little bit of a method to my madness. I hope to see you soon. Thanks so much.